Hey, Code M family. This is Brad Bowling. I'm the president of Code Media Group. And today I have the pleasure of talking to Juan Toney, who is a fitness expert in the fitness industry. And we're talking about all things health. Juan, how you doing today?
Hey, Brad, good afternoon. I'm doing great. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good, man. The reason I wanted to get you on is I want to talk about several aspects of health. I think right now, as Americans, we're at 40%. They're saying that 40% of the American population is obese. And I know that most people that I talk to don't want to be overweight if they can help it. But I think the problem, and this is what we're kind of talking about today, is the foods we're consuming, Juan, they're killing us.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
and so, I looked for somebody in the fitness area that I could talk to. But then I know for a fact that it's 20% workout, 80% what you consume. Would you agree or disagree with that?
60% nutrition, definitely. 30% cardio, 10% resistance training. Yeah. So definitely nutrition definitely plays the biggest factor in long term and longevity. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's break that down, bro, because you just went a little deeper than what I thought I was going to go. So talk to me about this the different percentages, right? So you're saying 60% is nutrition. What does that look like in your opinion? Because we're talking about ultra processed foods. What are you recommending people eat if they want to have a sensible diet and maintain their weight?
First and foremost, learning and understanding how to eat for the body type.
Okay.
There's three different body types of ectomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph. So no matter whether you're male or female, you fall into one of these three categories. And give you an example, you can have an individual who is a mail carrier, and you can have an individual who is a sedentary job, and they eat the same thing, but the mail carrier is going to burn more calories just based upon the fact of their activity levels. But
Okay.
when it comes down to body types, it all is based upon our gene code. So you can have a male carrier who has a mom and dad have been thick all their lives, lack of a better term, and their metabolism moves slower than an ectomorph, someone who's naturally slim.
Okay.
So an ectomorph is an individual who can actually just very lean, high metabolism, can eat whatever they want in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so forth. But as we
I
age,
want to stop you for a second because people won't have an understanding of the three classifications that you gave. Can you give me, without offending anybody, so let's make it movie stars, so that way people we don't know. Can you give me an example of three? So like Snoop Dogg, what is he?
Snoop is definitely an ectomorph. Since
So an
we
ectomorph is somebody who doesn't gain weight no matter what he does.
no matter what he or she does, their
Okay,
metabolism stays on fire. Yes.
okay, okay.
And
And then who else? The other two?
an endomorph would be similar to, let's put in an athletic build. So let's say
Okay,
like someone midstream, like a Serena, they can go up or down just by adjusting their nutrition.
interesting. Okay, okay. Thank you.
And then there's mesomorph. Mesomorph is naturally thick, naturally just born, and their metabolism is more of a slow, dormant state. And in a mesomorph, we could put in the space of an actor. Let's just say Oprah pre-Ozempic.
Gotcha.
You know, yeah,
Okay, bro, that right there, man, that helps me out because it gives me an idea when you say the three different classifications. So, okay, now let's continue. So, you're telling me that based on those three categories of body types, the nutritional meal plan should be different?
absolutely, yes. Because a mesomorph can eat like an ectomorph, no matter how much they try, because they're processing the carbohydrates at a different speed. When we eat carbs, the carbs break down to glucose and it absorbs in our liver and begins to use it, either converted as energy, it actually stored as fat, or it gets processed and pushed through that porcelain toilet. So it all depends on far as that body type, and the mesomorph, they have to have a lower consistency of the carbs, far as sugars, starches, and breads, to make sure that they're actually trying to hit their goal. opposed to
Okay.
an ectomorph like Snoop, he can get up in the morning and have his pancakes, toast, and whatever he wants, and the body stays on fire all day.
Wow, bro. Okay. So let's talk about you for a second, Juan, because I know you have a fitness academy where you basically on a virtual level, you have how many students now?
Right now, about 120 total, yes, in person and
Okay,
virtual.
so you have 120 people that either log in and then they work out with you and they're in the luxury of their own home.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
far as this all birthed via COVID. And I've been doing it since '95, far as in-person training, life coaching, and nutritional coaching. But during COVID, everybody had to make the shift. And at that time, I sat down with my team and we developed the virtual bootcamp classes. It started just with something I do via Zoom called the roadmap. So the clients I meet with on a biweekly basis to coach on nutrition, which is the cornerstone of good health, but also making sure they're working out to get everybody realigned as far as their goals for the week. And during that time, no one can leave the house. So we began to do classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from home. And so
Dude.
it grew exponentially over the last 4.5 years due to the fact that everybody can tap in with their family that's out of town now that they haven't seen in
Okay.
a while, but have that connection and be able to actually get in shape from the comfort of their own home. So it's not for someone who actually wants to be a gym rat. It's for those who actually wants to learn how to transform for the long term.
Okay. So I'm going to assume, right, if they're doing it at home, they don't have weights and barbells and stuff at home. So are you what are you using to help them when they're doing physical exercises?
Well, our
Or
member
what do
base,
they need to get?
water bottles, canned goods of the equal ounces. And if they have them available, they can go right to Five Below and get two 5 pound or 10 pound weights. And that's all they need. And a mat or something comfortable, whether it's a piece of rug, because we do a
Okay.
45-minute core, lightweight, and body exercises, and then 15 minutes of stretch and yoga. And my
Okay.
member base is between 35 and our eldest is 76 years of age to kind of give you a
What?
spectrum of
All right.
the members. Yeah. So for all fitness
Wow,
levels, it's
bro.
available. I do standard movements as well as modified movements in chairs and on wall, so everybody can get a good workout in, no matter where they are.
So this is the perfect reason that I thank you for coming on, Juan, because I wanted to talk to somebody who is fully encompassing of the difficulty it is to have to lose weight. A lot of times people don't have time after they're working a 40-hour, maybe a 60-hour work week to go to a gym. They may not have the money to go to a gym. Gym might be a half an hour away. They don't have that kind of time or desire. But you're telling me they can log on with you in the comfort of their own home, where maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe they don't want to be in public and they don't want the criticism of trying to work out in public. But now they can come on with you. You're giving them the tutelage of the nutritional aspect of it, and then they're working out with you, bro. How soon does someone see results when they start your program?
Within their first 21 days, because I give everyone a jumpstart system, and the jumpstart system, it's a full 8 videos and emails where I go through this breakdown of learning your body type. Since I've
Okay.
been doing it as long as I have, I've had over several thousands of individuals ask me to create meal plans for them, and everybody can't eat the same way. So I share from day one on how to eat for your body type. We do a 28-day detox because, we get our oil change, we get our cars tuned up, we get our radiators flushed, but only vehicle that we really own is our bodies.
Dude,
So,
that's
so
deep, bro.
so we start from day one is detoxing the carcinogenics, the gluten, the sugar, the processed foods, the alcohol. And
And
after
why?
20,
I'm hearing that you even have metal in your body.
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. As far as we begin to consume metal, far as in a small dosage, as far as like the iron and magnesium is fine, but everything it's coming through so many different systems because we got to understand, Brad. Corn, it's not a bad thing. Grains and rice aren't a bad thing. far as corn, the Aztec community, our Indian brothers and sisters have been eating it since the beginning of time. They're
Okay.
lean,
Okay.
they're lean and mean. The rice, when it comes to the Asian community, our Asian brothers and sisters, they've been eating it since the beginning of the time. But when it goes through the processing factor of taking the rice that was created by the creator or the corn and begins to go through these processes and ultra processes, it changes the chemical structure of the actual plant. And when we consume it, it shifts in our bodies and totally molecularly changes how we digest it, which causes confusion internally and begins the bloating process, begins the everything that comes with the weight gain.
Okay. Wow, bro. So we're going into fall. Kids are going back to school. Summer is over. I know for a fact that in the exercise industry, September is a huge month in your industry, right? Because people start to kind of focus back on them. So this is for anybody out there who you're looking in the mirror, you want to do something, you don't know what your next steps should be. Give everybody your website, bro.
Fit, the number four, ever, university.com.
Okay.
Fitforeveruniversity.com. Because
So
our
we're going to
motto is
put
you
that.
becoming fit forever as an individual, but being also fit forever university. This is an institution for the advancement of knowledge, teaching everyone how to paradigm shift. So we change the structure of what's called because give you a quick example, Brad. Diabetes is the most preventable disease, but everybody says it's based upon, our health issues and genetics. What it's based upon is what we eat. Our
Wow.
moms learn how to cook from our grandmoms. Our grandmoms learn to cook from our great grandmoms, and so forth and so on. So that's why you see in different cultures and ethnic groups, it's not a big issue. It's just coming down our pipeline and going all the way back to coming off the slave ship and understanding what was supposed to be healthy for us and what we could eat and enjoy. It became a lifestyle. And then take it a little bit deeper is that we were taught to clean our plates. And that's due to the fact that back then, we had to eat what we had because that's all we had. Now in society, it's easily to go ahead and overindulge because of the visuals and the food that comes around easily.
Okay, Juan. So I hear you. Thank you for the website. We are going to put a link to your website in the bio of the podcast for anybody that wants to reach out to you. We will mention that again at the end of the podcast, and then also, you said you were willing to give out your phone number for anybody that wants to do some consulting with you to kind of figure out what the game plan is, right? So I'm reading article after article after article where Walmart, Kroger, Myers, they're leaving these inner city neighborhoods where people don't have an option for fresh fruit, fresh food. And then, we always kind of joke and talk about the middle of the grocery stores where all the bad foods are, and the health foods are always around the outside of the grocery store, right? So if you are in a situation where you don't have access to healthy foods, what do you recommend, bro? Because we already know that the boxed dinners, the cereals, anything that's ultra processed where the nutrition is stripped out of the food, the preservatives and the chemicals are added to it to preserve its life and add flavor. What do you tell somebody, and if that's all they can afford?
Well, once again, as far as they're really looking to get their health together, I explain to them, it's a minute on your lips, forever on the hips. And what I
Woo.
what I mean by that, you want to, like we said, you want to start with the perimeter. And the same foods that our great grandparents ate, as far as the fruits, the vegetables, the almonds, the nuts, the whole grains, those are the things, and it's all about taking time out for preparation. So it's not that expensive. It just takes a little bit more time to prep and season and cook and prepare living in this fast paced society.
Okay.
So we take that time out, and just get the shop on a weekly or bi weekly basis. And what I always tell my clients, prep on Sunday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then
Okay.
prep on Wednesday for Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So
That way
you offer food or you offer meal ingredients. I mean, like, what does that mean?
so when it comes to preparing your meals, I explain to everybody I eat for their body type. And they will also get a grocery list when you come on board of the good, the bad, and the neutral. So you get a plethora of options. So you create your grocery list when you first come on board. I don't give you a meal plan. I don't tell you what to eat. I give you a grocery list. You have a huge range of proteins, carbs, fruits, condiments that are good, neutral, and bad. So your goal and your objective is only create the foods from the good categories that you and your family would eat. That way it's not a diet. And then from that, you have the foods that you enjoy and you begin to learn how to eat for your body type. So what Snoop can eat, Oprah can't, but you can go ahead and prepare the foods that you and your family loves based upon portion control of. So as an example, an ectomorph, they want to have about 60% protein on their plate per meal, about 10% uh, carb, and then the remainder be a healthy fat.
Okay.
Where it becomes a mesomorph, they can have 45 to 50% carbohydrate, another 50% protein, and won't see any changes because of the body structure. So that's, and I
Okay.
give them images to help coach them through it, but I always reiterate through our roadmap meetings to give them the tool and the knowledge so it becomes something that sinks in like a continuing playing record. So it becomes a subconscious dialogue in their body to make the shift.
Okay, bro. I'm about to tell him myself. Okay. All
All
right.
right.
So I'm in the middle. I'm that athletic dude that you mentioned, the Serena Williams type, right? But don't let me catch a cold, bro, or don't let me go out of town for 3 days. You know, I travel a lot. You know, you go to this city, and then when I come back, you know, I'm supposed to get back into it on Monday, and then I don't, and then Tuesday comes, and I promise myself I get this stupid mental thing going where I know I'm supposed to get that hour workout in, and I don't. And then by Thursday, I finally drum up the courage and force myself to go get the workout in. And I get so upset, Juan, because I'm like, bro, I feel so good when I'm done that I put that hour into myself.
Yeah.
How do you get somebody who they're 80 pounds overweight, they're struggling mentally to kind of get it going?
I coach and share with them on something called securing the bag. And the bag is it's a real cute catchphrase, you know, people getting after the bag and so forth. But what we create from day one is an affirmation and begin to affirm daily the new version of yourself. Because there's three steps. There's the goal, there's the system, and there's the identity. So when we first meet, you share with me your goal. That's your goal. Okay, that's your goal. That's our mission now. So that's the long-term result we're looking to accomplish. I share with you the system inside the Jumpstart formula as far as the detox, teaching you how to eat for your body type, joining the classes, as well as coming through the Fit Forever formula, which is resistance training, turn your body into a fat burning machine.
Okay.
It's cardio. Give your heart a good beating. Learn how to eat for your body, for your cardiovascular and endurance. Number three is proper supplementation. The smallest things make the biggest difference. That's your multivitamins, the minerals, and so forth. And it's the positive self talk. So we begin to create these affirmations, and you write down daily as an example, hypothetically, I am a toned, lean, healthy, happy, 220 pounds, successful entrepreneur. That's your affirmation. Up under that, the bag is your blessings, accomplishments, and goals. So every day you start your day, and it's the habit loop. You do things, you wake up in the morning, thank the Creator for another day, then you say your affirmation, and you do your bag. Blessings,
I'm stealing some of these phrases, bro. The habit loop.
the
The
habit loop.
habit loop.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
because there's old habits and there's new habits. You create the old habit by waking up every morning, thanking God for another day. We've been doing that since we learned how to do it. The new habit is you say your affirmation before you check your emails, before you get out the bed, before you wake the kids up. You say your affirmation and you blessings, accomplishments, and goals. You look through three things you're happy to have. Set that system. Some accomplishments that you've done the last 3 days. and does not have to be fitness related. Anything you've done in the past helps resonate. You have set goals. So that new tone, lean version of yourself is no different. And then the G inside the bag is for goals. You refocus on the goal you have set for the next 3 days. So whether it's getting up and making that meal prep, whether it's getting up and going to the gym, but that begins to light the switch and ignite this new version of yourself. Then you do it again. You get it
Wow.
to your bed, you get to your bathroom and you say your affirmation in second person in the mirror. You look in the mirror, tell yourself a second person while you're washing your face, you're brushing your teeth, Brad, you are tone, lean, healthy, happy. That mirror message and the shift in second person changes the emotional frequency to the communication. And then before you leave your home, you say it again and you write it because inscribing it daily sets your GPS, your goal producing system. You begin to set your GPS every day. You got to stay on track because your long term goal, that's the GPS system we're trying to get to. We're in Ohio, but we're trying to get to California.
Right.
California is your goal. Wait, we're not there yet. But constantly doing your bag daily realigns you to stay on track to get to your destination. And that's my
So I'm
job. Is your Go ahead, bro.
no. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to interrupt you. I'm just listening to you, and I can't help but think to myself as I'm listening to you. You have to be having an emotional and mental impact on people's confidence, um, emotional well being, because I know how I feel mentally when I've put that hour into myself. You know, they say that people have 1,000 problems, but when they don't have their health, they only have one problem, right? You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, it does you no good. You can be as educated as Einstein, but if you don't have your health, you can't do anything with it. So I'm listening to you and I feel like you're having an emotional and positive impact on people's mental health too, bro. Is that accurate?
That's what makes me and separates Fit Forever University from any other fitness program. I'm known and began a personal training, but I've been doing this since 96. And I started in the industry back in 96 when there's 380 locations in Bally's. From
Okay.
96 to 2006, I worked with Bally's as a sales rep to a personal trainer to an area director. And my latter years at Bally's, I helped members try to get those out of those 3-year contracts because they somewhere along their way they wanted to cancel more than I did training my clients and my staff, and that bothered me. And the
Right.
reason is because the disconnection from the goal to the identity.
Okay.
So that's when I became a certified integrative life coach and began to help infuse that space and that place we're all missing. And it's an emotional connection to make that shift. That's where it's the goal, the system, and then the identity and the accountability is so critical because there's synaptic connections, which are just wires inside of our brains that we have to connect slowly and consistently to make a strong connection to become that new version of self. And that's what we work with. And that's where it becomes the emotional connection because you begin to feel the new person you're becoming opposed to just working towards it and it being work. You're falling in love with the mystery.
Wow, bro. That's incredible. Incredible. So, okay. So I hear what you're saying. It sounds like I get meal prep discussion. We're talking about what'd you call it? What'd you call it? Paradigm shift of thinking. So you're impacting my ability to stick to it because I know that working out is an up and down roller coaster where you do it for a couple weeks, you stop, you do it for a couple weeks, you stop, and you never
Yeah.
get to where you want to be. What do you do for people that hit a plateau? Because I know that my body sometimes will hit a plateau where I'm rocking, I'm rolling, I see the change, I've lost 20 or maybe 15, and I'm stuck, and I'm meal prepping, I'm doing what I got to do, but I'm not losing any more weight. And I feel like, okay, well, do I need to change something because my body is no longer losing? What do you do in that regard?
First thing we do, we change our dialogue. We don't lose anything because when you're losing, you're subconsciously, consistently looking for it. We begin to release the weight to always let it go, and it goes in 3 phases. So follow me. There's an initial phase, and
Okay.
that's the ignition, where we begin to ignite this new version of self. And that's the first 0 to 45 days. And in that first 0 to 45 days, that's when the belief system has to be really stimulated by following the jumpstart system, doing the affirmations, sending your meals in, eating for your body type, having your accountability coach follow up with you. That's that first 0 to 45 days. Then thereafter, there's the results. That's when you really begin to see the changes. Getting in the closet, trying on those new clothes that's been in the back of the closet forever you bought and couldn't wear, begin to feel a little bit more cute. But then that's where most folks fall off because they get cute and don't follow through to the end result. So that's the results phase. But we work on is the maintenance, and that's that 100 days and beyond because it takes, truthfully, at least 100 days to create a new habit, not 21. Because the
Right.
synaptic
Wow.
connection cannot happen within 21 days. So to make that truly the new lifestyle change is where we have our group page on Facebook. We have the accountability coaches, and we also have our roadmap meetings that I make sure everybody's in, and they have an accountability partner to keep them on track to get through those first 100 days. After the 100 days, you're locked in, and the lifestyle is, you're not the same person. And that's the cool part about it is because securing your bag inside the goal, it starts with your fitness thing, but there's health, there's finance, there's relationship, there's your spirituality, there's the family, and it goes on and on. So I share with everybody on day one, if you stick with this for at least 1 year, there's no way you're going to be the same person that time next year if you secure the bag because you're
Bro,
constantly setting goals and you become a goal getter and a goal setter.
that's amazing, bro. So give everybody your website one more time, throw in a number where people can get a hold of you if they would like to transform their lives and their bodies.
Absolutely. It's fit, the number four, ever, university.com. Fitforeveruniversity.com. And the number is 216-269-2919. So it'd be best if you can to actually definitely use the website. That way I can
Okay.
actually find out your goals right inside the chat. And we can begin to set up a time for your consultations. Yeah,
Bro, I really appreciate you coming on, man. I know that this is going to impact somebody. I've known you for a while. I know you've kind of kept me on my fitness goals because when we have lunch and when we talk, you're like, "Hey, man, are you doing what you got to do? Are you doing it? Are you doing it?" And so I appreciate the positivity, the stick to itness, the motivation that I get when I speak with you. And so I'm like, listen, we have to get you on because when I read that over 40% of America is obese, I know that a lot of people, they want something different. They want to look good in their clothes. They want to feel better about themselves, their mental. It sounds like you're saying that their financial health increases with this. You become more cognizant of what you eat
yeah,
after you start putting that time and energy into your body. So it's an overall plus gain by simply developing a workout regimen, bro. So I appreciate you coming on. And with that, I'll give you some of your day back. So, family, this is Juan Toney. He's got, say the name of your business again,
Fit Forever University.
fitforeveruniversity.com, right?
Correct.
Yes, bro. So, wave goodbye to our Code M family, bro, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much, Brad, for having me on. Appreciate you.
All right.